Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group. I'm going to start the recording. Let's do this. I'll turn the radio off, so it's kind of loud. Lots of amazing stuff going on here in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the show. I'm Curtis Reese, your host. We have a little channel called the Pickleball Show with Curtis Reese on YouTube. Please subscribe to that. Like my fellow podcaster, pickleball enthusiast, awesome dude who's coming on next. His podcast, their podcast is Pickleballers. How you spell that? Pickleballers.io? Pickleballers.io. That's a really crappy.
You got it.
Anyway, I'm going to bring him on, man. I'm so bad at introductions, man. I'm so sorry, dude. I like to introduce Tyler Irvin with an N and no G because I'm an idiot. What's up, brother? How are you?
Dude, pleasure to be here. I'm hoping to bring some good vibes your way in Dallas. You were telling me it's rainy and cold out there, hopefully I could warm you up a little bit today.
I'm going to take those good vibes. You know why? Because today's one of those days where in the few days in my existence, I'm like, why am I doing this? But I got a young man like this who's younger.
Your way.
So I accept him and I appreciate him. All right, so let's get into this. We got Tyler Irvin. He is just, what'd you say, north of Los Angeles? I'm sorry, north of Los Angeles?
I'm in a little town called Simi Valley. It's kind of has some pickleball notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
Back like 5-6 years ago, it was the place to play in Southern California. Now,
really?
It's not.
No, you'll change that, man. Tell us about it. So what is it again?
Simi Valley, California.
Sweet. Well,
about 5 or 6 years ago, we had, and we still do have 12 courts in one location, which 5 or 6 years ago was super rare. So people flocked into Simi Valley to play, especially on the weekend. But now 12 courts are popping up everywhere, 24. Newport Beach is killing it. So we don't really have a claim to fame anymore. But back in the day, that was the spot.
No, you laid the groundwork for where we're at now. I'm telling you, man, I've had so many great guests on the show, and you're one of them. And again, Tyler, thanks for coming on. He's an amazing guy. He's got the Dink Sports Journalist, which is an amazing. I was supposed to talk to Mr. Richards a few weeks back. We got times mixed up. I'd love to talk to you again. And then he's also a Selkirk sports journalist, and he's got that awesome podcast. So let's talk about. Let's get in the way of pickleball, my man. Talk to us. When, where, what, why? Pickleball. Tell us your journey, man.
Geez, I tried to play tennis 6 years ago just as a recreational thing, and I just couldn't get on the court. You know, when you go there, you either need to have your group that you play with, or you need to bring people there, and I couldn't. I didn't know anyone, so I quickly scratched that, and then just went to the courts on the left of tennis, which happened to be pickleball, and you just show up alone, and people are welcoming, and you get to play, which I couldn't do at tennis. So that was about 6 years ago. Wow. As soon as I held that paddle, it felt good, and I've been playing ever since. And then luckily I was able to kind of parlay that into a career within pickleball, which is just fantastic.
That's so awesome. Let me tell you, I strive for that. That's why I was fortunate enough to be asked to do the show a year and a half ago, and I turned it down several times. But I finally went in and did it, and it ended up getting the studio and moving here to my own little area here, and it's a studio for people coming like you. So anyway, the journey's great. It's been a while. You started 6 years ago. So what's your favorite type of paddle do you use? Do you use any type of paddle you endorse?
Yeah, I love the Gearbox G5. I mean, I'm kind of ride or die with Gearbox. Just love it. And then I haven't tried the new Pro Series paddle. I heard it's phenomenal. I've seen other people play it, and it looks great. So I need to get my hands on one of those.
You know what? We'll make that happen for you. So Selkirk. Let's talk about your type of play. Do you like singles, doubles, mixed? Does it depend on the day? I know I haven't played enough singles to really enjoy it, but I played college tennis for Division II, but I served and volleyed, and that's all I did. And that's all there's to it. So I'm just telling you that I think it's good that you chose pickleball over tennis, dude, because it's a tough road.
Yeah, I mean, I love pickleball, and tennis was hard when I first got on the court. Man. You know, I thought it'd be easy just hitting a ball. I couldn't even get the ball in the court when I first started playing tennis. Like, I just overshot them. You don't know the power of the strings, but quickly found it out. But luckily, I was able to just ditch that and get right into pickleball.
Got the power strings, but you get the maneuverability and feel of the paddle, brother. Woo, going deep.
Right. That's right. That paddle's where it's at.
Those are
Much
yeah.
better than those strings.
All right. So what about singles? Do you play singles, doubles, or mix? What do you like? Or do you care? Or just whatever you do, man.
Ooh, I like playing men's doubles, especially the right side, because that means I'm playing with somebody better than me, somebody that could take control of the middle. I just slide over and do my thing. I
Love
like
that.
playing mixed, but I'm not as good. So men's doubles is kind of the realm I like to play in. I'll play singles. I mean, maybe 3-5,
Mhm,
maybe, but that's not my game. I,
mhm.
I don't really have a strong drive in general, backhand or forehand. So you kind of need that for
Yeah,
singles.
in singles you do. You are. That's a good point, Tyler. Sorry. Yeah, it's they're both different. I haven't played mixed as much as I'd like to because I started the show and then I moved on my business and everything, moved on to independent. So I've had to work a lot. But just saying, I'm going to play as much, but I do look forward to playing more and more because I started in 2018, which was a blast.
So what do you play?
I just
And subs?
dubs. I do dubs. I've done mixed. I enjoy mixed, but my style of play is more touch and feel. That's what I did in college. I couldn't afford to take lessons. I'm on a forward. I'm a triplet, and we had to spread the money, even all four of us. So I couldn't afford to do all the private. So I just learned how to serve hard and run fast and serve and volley. So I taught myself really, and
But
that's
you must have some decent strokes,
oh
right?
yeah, yes, thank you. Yes, I do, but I don't. I I I love it, but I'm gonna get more. I'm home for the NPL in a year or two, maybe we'll see. Because I'm 49. I was told by I forgot who it was Amy Yarber or somebody a few months back that or somebody it was total respect to NPL. I love you guys. You know it. I've had them on. It's the gateway into the next stage of your career. I'm like, why do you say it like that? But it's a good stage. I like what they're doing. So let's talk about what are you doing right now in pickleball? What's your current focus? I talked to Selkirk and sports journalist in your podcast. You can tell us about that if you want to, Tyler.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I started off working at Gearbox a few years
Really?
ago, writing some stuff related to their paddles just because I was such a huge fan. And it was an honor to be able to work with them and their marketing department, get that last
Mhm.
series of paddles out to CX11. And from there, went to Selkirk and the Dink. I mean,
Nice.
fantastic places,
Really?
real professionals in both of those companies. So pleasure to work with them, learn from them, and then I was able to parlay that into something I'm working on right now, which is an app specifically
Wow.
dedicated to call the college pickleball experience, really just fostering a community of college pickleballers
That's
there. And we have
awesome.
some cool features
Talk
for
about it.
college pickleball clubs, which is um,
I
which is
got your
great.
first captain, brother. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going. I'll talk about. I got something for you after we get done. Go.
Oh, perfect.
You're you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. He came on a few weeks back. Keep going.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I love doing the content side of things for pickleball, but really talking to colleges, kind of see what they
I
need and
love it.
seeing if we could provide a technological solution for them.
Man, you make me excited because I had Matt Hanson on. He started the first college tennis program at Grand Canyon University back in March, and
Wow.
he's such a class act. Kudos to him,
Yep.
man. And I had I won't say his name because he's a superstar. Let's just say that one of his lessons is the Roger Goodell and his family up in Maine. I won't say who
Wow.
he is though. I didn't know all this, but
Wow.
anyway, Tyler. For the listeners who aren't familiar with what Tyler's talking about, he's talking about the Dink, which is a pickleball newsletter, right? And you did paddle reviews for Selkirk, or just what did you do for Selkirk?
Sure. For Selkirk, I kind of did some PPA tournament recaps, and same
Oh
with the
wow.
Ding, some APP, some PPA tournament
Okay.
recaps. That was kind of my specialty. Occasionally was featured on the newsletter, but mainly it was the longer
I
articles.
saw you, man. I knew I recognized your face. I was like, that guy looks like Brendan Fraser, but he's not. He's better looking than Brendan Fraser. I love you, Brendan Fraser, but I was like, I knew I'd seen that guy somewhere. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, it was fantastic working at the Dink and
Hmm.
got to learn a lot about the professional game of
That's so
pickleball,
cool.
the ballers, who's coming in, who's exiting.
Wow.
Just classic sports journalism. Got to talk to a lot of professionals, which was fantastic,
Mhm.
and a lot of good people in pickleball. I
Correct.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, you're working with Selkirk and Jewel, and I'm sorry, Gearbox. Those are two amazing companies that are family oriented as well, from what I've heard. So good on you, man.
Yeah, amazing companies. I got nothing but high reviews for both of those companies. Gearbox, fantastic. They're out of San Diego,
Mhm.
so pretty local to where I am.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Selkirk, when you talk about
Oh,
just a pickleball brand, they really know how to do it over there. So
yeah. I know.
pleasure working with both of those companies. Absolutely.
Again, we're speaking with Tyler Irvin in Simi City? Simi City?
Simi Valley,
I'm an
California.
idiot, man. Why did I add Valley? Sorry. Simi Valley,
Yeah.
California.
Once
Here
the mecca of
of pickle.
Southern California pickleball.
Yeah, I love it. And so anyway, let's go to. Do you teach much? Do you do much camps, or do you just play a lot, or do you teach, or just do a lot of?
I love to play. I mean, if
Okay.
you ever need a doubles lesson, I'll teach you. I don't mind. But in general, I don't do too much teaching. If
Yeah,
somebody really wants help and they're a cool person,
attaboy.
I'd love to get out there and teach. But
That's cool.
yeah, not my specialty. But if somebody needs it, I'm there. My sister's coming into town for Christmas, and she's gonna stay for a couple months. So I think she wants to hit some pickleball lessons hard with me. So I'll be teaching her throughout January.
How's your podcast going? Tell us about that.
Podcast is going great. We've had some pretty cool guests on. I've been really liking this segment we've been doing recently, which is 10 questions, 10 minutes. Just kind of hits the good questions early, um, early and often, and then we get them out of there in 10 minutes. It's just a nice little bite-sized
Kudos.
video or podcast that we post, and people have been enjoying it. So that's been super fun.
That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about this. When you what's your favorite memory so far in your pickleball journey? There's always going to be my favorite one was I got my dad in the pickleball court 5 years ago. He can't play anymore, but that is truly one of my favorite things. And also to have people and to have the show, to have talk to people like you. Those are my favorite memories. That's just an example for me. It doesn't matter. What's your current favorite memory in
No,
pickleball?
I'm kind of sticking with that theme as far as family ties go. I just love beating my sister and my dad. So anytime I could get a win off of them,
You're.
it's a great memory for me.
Oh, I love it. Cool. All right. Well, let's keep going here. So, do you have a favorite shot, or what's your favorite shot? Mine was the lob on the ad side. I've switched to the inside out backhand to the even side.
Okay, inside out backhand, I like that. I kind of like this like backhand flick when dinking,
Yes.
and your opponent leaves it up just a little high. But instead of really hitting it hard, I kind of like that inside out backhand, but it's got to bounce.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a backhand dribbler. Jeff Warnick taught me that shot. So
Jeff
shout
Warnick.
out.
There's a shout out. We're gonna tag him in our videos done. After you look at it and approve, sir, we'll
Hey,
take a shout
right
out to
on.
him.
Right on.
Well, it's funny because I remember I was listening to a show. Lynn Cherry came on last year, and she was amazing. I learned so much from her show. She does. I don't know if she does anymore. Pickleball Fire podcast, but she talked about the importance of just getting set and just seeing your target and putting it there. And so that led me to think about resetting a mini set. Mini set is what you were talking about. You got to let that ball bounce, but you change that direction, or you do the inside out backhand.
Yeah.
That's a mini set within a set. So I think that's an amazing shot. All right, cool.
What does a mini set mean? Like a mini reset, or what? What is mini set?
I'd say a mini set is where you're having to reset. You want to reset the point, but it's not further back. It's up by the kitchen line. And so instead of popping on that ball like some people should do, it gives them time to think, but it also makes your opponents, their weight goes back a little bit to those heels because they're not sure if you can hit the ball hard or soft. So that's my take on the mini reset.
Okay, interesting. I've never heard it that way, but okay, mini set. I like it.
Well, we all got on term now. What'd you hear it as?
I've never. I don't think I've ever heard
That's
a
what I
term
love.
for that. So
That's what it's all about. Yeah, well,
So
I told you my background was tennis. I spent 10 years at Brookhaven, 2010, building that program there where the Nationals was at. And I grinded on the court there. But there's lots of ways to look at things.
So are you a Dallas native or a Texas native?
I am actually from Kansas. I was born in Topeka, grew up in Manchester outside of St. Louis, and went to Oklahoma for college. I went to high school at Rockwall, Texas. So I'm a Midwest boy.
Gotcha. Through and through.
My wife's a Texan.
Really ventured out to the either coast that much, it sounds like.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no. I played a lot of tennis back in the '90s, and I traveled a lot around the United States.
Okay.
Only place I haven't been, quite honestly, and back in the day, you do those maps. You want to X out where the places you've been. Yeah. This is no disrespect to these states. I've never been to Idaho. I've never been to Wisconsin. I've never been to New Mexico. Never been to New Mexico.
Okay.
And I think I've never been up to Delaware, those New England states. I've been to Vermont. I'm missing one or two states, but I've been all over, man.
Oh, that's
But my
fantastic.
wife's a true Texan. She's born in West Texas.
So you've been all over, but still the Midwest, and now
Yes.
Texas is just home.
Yeah, Texas has been home since I graduated college in '97. Man, it's been
Cool.
it's a special place. We live right here in Dallas, and I'm fortunate enough to be entrenched with a lot of amazing pickleball players here who you've seen or will see, and it just carved my own niche here. It's been fun. It's been a tough journey. It really has. But you don't want to get to the point, like, Tyler, where you start believing when people tell you no so much, you start believing it. And I'm not going to that point. So I'm just saying that I'm positive, and you know what it's like. And when you start believing no, which I did back in April this year, it's time to say yeah. And so that's my spiel. I won't charge you for that, by the way. You know that.
That's fantastic spiel. I mean, I feel like you should charge me for
No,
that.
nope. I'm a grizzled old veteran.
One's on the house. I respect it.
Thank you. So let's talk about you. What's your story, man? Where are you from again? Tell your family, or went to college, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm from Simi Valley, California. It's like a town of, I think, maybe 125,000 now.
Yeah,
We're
I
a little
wouldn't
bit
leave either.
north of LA.
I wouldn't leave.
It's a nice little place. I think it's a good place to kind of raise a family. It wasn't always fun in high school because every time we wanted to do something, we had to venture out of our city, whether it's going to LA for a sporting event or a concert. Big Laker fan here.
There you go.
I'm hoping we could do some stuff
We just
in the
played them.
playoffs this year, get a little further than we did last year.
Mhm.
Went to college in Northridge, just a city over from where I am, and then I went to grad school in Long Beach. So kind of a Southern California
Yeah.
guy. I've ventured out a little bit, but Southern California is definitely home.
I was there in Glendale in March of 2000. I was going to move with a buddy of mine. Then my dad had a resetting of the heart, and I got the job at Brookhaven, so I came home. I was going to work that public tennis center. I don't know, it's probably not even there anymore. It's in the center of Glendale. Anyway,
Yeah.
but that's my story. All right, well, let's go to the next segment, our last segment, my man. It's called
Sure.
In the Kitchen.
Let's do it.
This is where people get to know a little bit about you. I ask you fun questions, and there's 4 or 5 of them, and then we will, end the show, in the segment with, think about this now. What's something unique and funny that people don't know about you? Don't answer it now, but I'm saying think about it. This is probably my 90th interview, and I'm
Okay.
finally figuring out how to do things.
Okay. So give people a little warning
Yeah,
for
man.
that
Oh,
question.
yeah. It's the first time I've done it. It's our inaugural. Give the heads up for the what's up. What's the weirdest thing you do? All right, there we go. So your my first one is, what are you jamming? I was when you drive to the car, or what are you feeling right now? Right now, I say I'm jamming Lord Huron, but I switched to a little James Brown. I had to get the tempo up, so I was cranking up some James Brown, all the greatest hits. You name it, I like it. What you jamming
Hey,
to?
that's what's up. I've been listening to this DJ Fred again recently.
Mhm.
Just came out with a single called "Leave Me Alone."
Nice.
If you haven't heard it,
I'm a
it's pretty good. It's upbeat.
DJ Fred.
It's you got to check it out.
I am.
"Leave Me Alone," all one word.
Oh, cool. I like the spelling already. Leave me alone. No, seriously, I'm gonna look that up. That's awesome. All right. So what about you can do this segment. The next one is, the second part is favorite movie of all time, or what you've watched most recently that you like a lot. While you think there, I'll tell you, my wife and I have been watching is Murder at the End of the World with Clive Owen. Oh my God, it's on Hulu, dude. It is
It's a
unreal.
show.
It's good. It's really good. It's on
Oh, is
Tuesday
it?
nights. It's kind of suspense. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. But it's not a movie. It's a show, right?
It's yes, it's a series. It's pretty cool,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm on.
I'm a big fan of series.
Yeah, you got to check it out, man.
Okay, we'll do.
What's
It's
your
on
favorite one?
Hulu?
What are you looking for?
Okay. I mean, for me, favorite movie, it's up there. I gotta go Surf's Up. It's an animated surfing film. Have you seen it?
Yes, with Jeff Bridges, bro. Yes.
Joe, no, hang on. Is that Chasing Mavericks?
Oh no, Surfs Up. Oh,
Surf
Surfs Up with
Up.
Matt. With who?
It's an animated film.
Yeah.
It's got Chicken Joe in it.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges does it. Man, my
Oh, he
oldest
does?
son loved it. Yeah, it's where they're
Oh,
surfers.
okay.
It's where they're surfers.
Yeah, there's penguins.
Penguins. And
Penguins.
Shia LaBeouf's on there. Did you know that?
Yeah, actually, I think I did. I can't remember what character he is. Z.
There you go.
No, he was Z's pupil. Shia LaBeouf played
Yeah.
Z's pupil. I can't remember what that guy's name was, but yeah, fantastic surfer.
That's an awesome movie. So you like because you surf, or you just like the show?
Yeah, I surf a little bit. I'm not too good, but just the vibe of that whole film, and big shout out to Chicken Joe. He kind of brings the vibe and the relaxation in the film, just very easy going. So
I need that today. So
yeah,
we're
whenever you're stressed out or anxious, just channel Chicken Joe.
hey, Channel Chicken Joe. Let's hashtag that, Rob. Come on, brother. All right, so let's go to favorite sports teams.
Lakers.
The
All
Lakers.
day,
We just
ride or
the
die.
Mavs just played them. You know that, right? Did you guys beat them? I can't remember.
No, the Mavericks barely won.
Barely. Yeah. Well,
I think it was really by 5 points, but LeBron hit a three at the end to bring it within two. But by that point, the game was over.
he had
So
to go out with a bang.
yeah, we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you that one. And then we were able to beat the Spurs after that. We're in our little Texas part of our road trip.
Spurs. I had Rick Barry on last Friday. His son played for the Spurs, and I think John Barry played for them when they won the the World Series, whatever it's called, World Championship with the Spurs in the early 2000s.
Oh,
Well,
right
well
on.
look, all right. Well, listen. My last question is, what's something weird about you that people don't know that you
Maybe
think's
not
funny?
something weird, but most people
Quirky.
don't know that I used to be able to speak Chinese pretty well or Mandarin, but now it's not as good. When you don't practice, you don't.
You could speak Mandarin. Oh my
At
gosh.
one time, yeah, I lived in Taiwan for 6 months or
There you go.
so my Mandarin got pretty good at the latter half of that trip.
How was that? If I can ask, I've never been
Oh,
there.
it's fantastic. It's a great place to live. I think it's a cool place to visit, but especially a great place to live.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
That's cool.
a lot of nature, good surf on the East Coast, a lot of fun stuff over there. Good food. Their breakfast might be the best breakfast in the world.
Really?
For real, for real,
You heard it first
for real.
from Tyler Irvin. Well, hey man, we'll get you out of here. I really appreciate your time. How would people get in touch with you if they wanted to talk to you about your podcast, or maybe come on your podcast, or talk to you about some of your reviews on the Dink? And I want some of that stuff too. So
Yeah.
let our listeners and viewers know.
Fantastic. I mean, you could find me personally on Instagram at tmoneyirv, and then you could find our pickleball account on Instagram as well. It's just pickleballers.io. So those are the best places to reach out for me right now. And then in the future, when more people are on our website and on our app, you can find me there as well.
That'll happen. I promise you. All right. Well, look. Thanks for your time. I'm Curtis Reese. I can be reached at curtis@reeseracketsports.com. Also, I did subscribe to this awesome podcast before we got started that Tyler has. So please do subscribe to that, and mine first, and then do his. I'm just kidding, brother. Well, hey man, thanks a bunch, and you have yourself a great week. And let's chat again. You got that, brother?
Will do.
Later. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, that was solid. That was fun.
All right, man. Oh man, I am really. Oh, the Tyler Irvin. Okay, we're not done.